You work at Amplify Commerce. Is that how I pronounce it?
Correct.
It is, okay. Can you describe the company you're a part of, like, as a whole, like, what exactly does it do?
Sure. So Amplify is what we call an e-commerce consulting company. And there's three main parts of Amplify. We have an interactive agency, which is doing all the creative and front-end development, so what pages look like, how they interact with the customer. We have a business consulting group, which is the actual business of the e-commerce, how you want to do your merchandising, fulfillment, your general operations. And the third group is the technology group, which actually builds the site, builds the stores, builds the catalog. So those are the three things.
Oh, what exactly do you do in your position?
So
What's your position?
I'm the managing partner of service delivery, and so of those three practices I talked about earlier, the interactive, the business, and the technology, whenever we sign up a client that has a project that they need us to do, my group actually delivers the project. So those resources from those three different groups come into my organization, and then we create a team, and then we deliver the project. When that project's over, those resources go back to the practices for additional training and reassignment back into my group. So it's kind of this flowing ebb and flow of where resources flowing, we deliver a project, they go back, they do training, they get performance evaluations, and then they get reassigned to a project and come back to my group, and then come in. The reason we do that is that we want their skills to be fresh, because the technology and the business is changing so much that we want them to be aligned to the practices so they can continue to stay current on what's going on in the market.
Oh, so what kind of environment do you work in?
It's a very casual environment, all open cube spaces, lots of tables and workspaces. I've got a very, it's really laid back, so how I'm dressed now is pretty much how I go to work.
So if I worked in this field, like, what earnings or other rewards should I expect if I held a similar position to you?
Well, if you were graduating today, good in your class with the background in the right technologies, I mean, we would probably hire people in the $60,000 to $65,000 range plus benefits. And that's just coming in with no experience.
With a bachelor's degree?
With a bachelor's degree. I mean, I've the best breaks in my career have always come from things that I had zero experience with coming out of school. But willingness to learn, have a good reputation of doing things well in your previous job.
So basically what you're saying is you should take, like, any opportunities that come along.
I'm a big fan of just raising your hand, and whether you have the experience or not, if someone asks it, and if you find it interesting, whether you have the experience in it or not, just volunteer.